This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Discusses Glitter and Lasers. Things have been happening in the Glitterverse. Lots of things. Anna's back from her second surgery. She's doing workout videos again. And another breaking news is she's going to go back on the Wegovy because it helps with her inflammation and whatnot. I want to kind of go over her admission video that she's going back on the Wegovy because she's trying to get out ahead of the criticism that she's going to get when she goes back on the Wegovy, because she's going to lose weight because she did the last time, right? So I think that's what she's hoping for. But she's going back on the Wegovy, but she's not doing it for weight loss purposes. Okay? Now, the first time she was on Wegovy, the first time we know she was on Wegovy, is back in July 24, 2023. I want to attribute this to Sam at Every Size doing a video about finding Anna doing a promotional video for Novo Nordisk, right? And in it, Anna is discussing how, even though she's close to 600 pounds, she's still the most physically fit and active person she knows. And she eats healthy all the time, you guys. She can't figure out why she's almost 600 pounds, why she's gained 300 pounds since she joined the internet, right? Since 2012. So Sam finds that video. I'm not going to play it here because it's not quite relevant. But because of that video, Anna started to get a lot of questions. And I'm pretty sure she was getting questions before that as well. And I think there was a snowball effect that occurred until Anna got to a point where she finally decided she was going to address the Wegovy question, right? This is the post that is on her Instagram as of today. This was written back on July 24th, 2023. She says, "Let's spill some tea. I'm taking prescription medication to help manage my weight." This was Anna admitting that she was taking a weight loss drug, but she wouldn't say the name of the drug. And that was another thing. Everybody was like, what are you on? And she never would say. So here is as close as we ever got to Anna being transparent about taking weight loss drugs, right? She says, "Originally I was going to write this big post explaining why it works for me." Well, you probably should have, actually. But you know what? I don't care. Okay. "If taking medication to help me feel physically better is a problem, feel free to unfollow me. I also take medication for Hashimoto's, anemia, vitamin deficiency, fibroids, and anxiety in case those things enrage you." They do. I'm turning into the Incredible Hulk as we speak. Again, health is complicated. There isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. I waited 9 months before starting this medication. I didn't do it lightly and investigated all my options before making the decision. I think you mean you were waiting for Novo Nordisk to finalize their offer to you to be sponsored to take Wegovy. Anyway, that's just what I think happened. "Furthermore, it's not a magical solution, but part of a larger managed plan, which includes massive changes to my long-term diet." I think this is around the time she was doing the "just the way I like it," where she was showing us food that she was cooking because it was high protein. And it was also like stupid amounts of fat and stupid amounts of carbs, because it was basically just like pasta and potatoes and cheese. It was always something like that. I think one time there was chicken involved. My long-term regular weight training. By that she means she was doing, I don't know what they changed their name to, but they were called Copilot back then. And she's referring to lifting dumbbells because that was one of the few exercises that she did on her Copilot workouts. I wouldn't call that weight training, but therapy, we've never heard about therapy unless she's talking about BetterHelp. When she gets sponsored by BetterHelp, she'll mention that she goes to therapy with BetterHelp, and that's it. and movement for enjoyment. Who knows? I wasn't trying to keep it a secret. Yeah, you were. And you're pissed off that you got caught. I just don't want anyone else's opinion on it until I made up my own. Heck, I've only been on it about 3 months. It's still a new part to my story. I don't think that's accurate. I don't feel like this is accurate. Because this was July. But I don't know exactly when. We don't know exactly when, I think, when she went on the Wegovy. Because, you know, it takes a couple, I would assume it takes a couple weeks for you to lose any significant weight. So maybe she's only been on it 3 months. Maybe she's been on it 6 months. Who knows? Also, let me be very clear. I won't recommend it to other people because I am not a doctor. Doesn't seem to be stopping you from giving out medical advice now that you've decided that you're a lipedema warrior. So how your tune has changed in 1 year. Just like I don't give out diet advice because I am not a dietitian. What was you going on about how important snacking is to you and all of your Quest chips and protein cinnamon buns and protein cookies and protein gummies? Like, what was that? And I don't give out workout advice because I am not a physical trainer. Girlfriend, you made 2 videos. The first video was, I'm assuming, you shilling for Copilot, where you tried to show us how physically fit you were by doing your workout on camera, and you couldn't. And you were doing it in a way where you were like, I'm going to show you how to do workouts when you're as big as I am. Watch me do mine. And then the second one was you showing us your $800 gym, at-home gym, and the workout bench that can hold up to, I forget how much pounds. But anyway, you were bouncing on it, and you were literally telling people to go buy these things, and you had links in your description so that people could easily find them. Right? That's how I found out it was $800. So don't sit here and do this. Don't sit here and try to tell me that you're not going to give people advice, because you do. Right? Okay. So this is the post as you can see it today on her Instagram. I had someone send me, and thank you very much for this, the original post that she put up. And my how it has changed in so many ways, and yet so few. The original post, see, this one's not edited, right? Or Glitter and Lasers, let's spill some tea. I am taking Wegovy. Originally, I was not going to write this blog to justify why it works and explain how I use it to help me. Okay, why it works for me, explaining how I use it to help me adapt to a new long-term diet that my body feels better on. Sharing how I was diagnosed with 2 ultra rare obesity genes. She's terminally unique. Terminally unique. And talking about all the preliminary research in relation to inflammation. But you know what? I don't care. If taking medication to help me feel physically better is a problem, feel free to unfollow me. I also take medication for Hashimoto's anemia, vitamin deficiency, fibroids, and anxiety in case treating those enrages you. I'm going to leave this up, but I'm not going to read the rest of it because it's pretty much the same from here on down. The major difference in these 2 posts are the original paragraph, intro paragraph, and that's where the majority of the changes have occurred. Originally, Anna was throwing a fit, and she kept it that way, but she went in and kind of adjusted the tone, right? She did mention by name that she was on Wegovy, and then went in and changed it. I don't know why. Why would she just not say, I'm on Wegovy? Like, she went out of her way to erase the word Wegovy from her posts. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me. But I also don't know why, after getting caught, she didn't just go, I take Wegovy. What do you want? You know? The other part of this is her going on and on and on about how the Wegovy is helping her adapt to a long-term diet. And then, of course, her ultra rare obesity genes. Okay, Anna, I can see why you took that out. And preliminary research in relation to inflammation. I'm not sure what she's going on about there, but here's the thing. When Anna came off the Wegovy in order to get ready for her surgery, her first lipedema surgery, one of the things she complained about was how much her joints started to ache and she was losing mobility, and how the Wegovy was keeping her inflammation at bay, right? I don't believe back in 2023, around this time, I don't believe that she knew that the GLP-1s have a side effect of basically controlling inflammation, right? So in this, she's using the Wegovy to control her appetite. That's why she's taking it. She's using it to control her appetite, and in order for her new long-term ultra special diet that she never mentions, right? Never mentions. But so she's taking Wegovy for the reasons that most people are being prescribed Wegovy who are obese, and it's to help them lose weight. And Anna lost weight. She claims she lost close to 100 pounds. It depends on the day. I think she lost more like 60, maybe 50, 60 pounds, and definitely has put half, if not all of it, back on because she came off the Wegovy. Which proves the Wegovy was doing what it was supposed to do, and that was making it hard for her to eat. Now, Colin Mockery has a really good video, and I'll put the link in the description down below, where he kind of points out some other weird and interesting tidbits about all of this. Because Anna's back on Wegovy. Only this time, when she's going back on Wegovy, it's to help with her inflammation. And she's kind of trying to sell it as if that's why she was on it originally. And it's not. She says right here, it's helping her adapt to a new long-term diet that her body feels better on. Then she goes on to talk about being diagnosed with rare genes. That has nothing to do with the Wegovy. And something about research into inflammation. That doesn't have anything to do with the Wegovy. The Wegovy is here to help her with her new long-term diet. Because apparently Anna was planning to be on Wegovy well into the future, right? And I do not believe at this point she was aware of the reduction in inflammation that GLP-1s apparently seem to do. Talk to your doctor. To further this argument that she was taking Wegovy for weight loss purposes, aside from her constantly talking about her snatched waist, jump ahead to today. She started doing the lipedema surgeries because she wanted to treat her lipedema, and Dr. Amron has her convinced that she's got nothing but lipedema fat left, and she can't lose weight because she doesn't have burnable fat on her body. Okay. So when she started her lipedema journey, her lipedema surgeries, she was adamant that it was not for weight loss. She was not losing weight. This had nothing to do with her weight because she can't lose weight, even though the Wegovy helped her lose weight and was continuing to help her maintain her weight. So, but none of this is cosmetic. None of this has to do with her weight. But then proceeds to post 2 posts where she is excited that she fits into her jeans from 7 years ago. And the other one was she was excited that she could wear this pink outfit that she calls, I think she said it was like workout gear, but it was like non-stretch workout gear. And I was just like, that sounds really uncomfortable. Why would you want non-stretching workout gear? Whatever. But in both videos, she's currently wearing her compression pants, which she's basically going to be wearing for the rest of her life. And I mean, they're compression garments, so there. And secondly, she was post-op for her first operation, right? If it hadn't been for the purpose of weight loss, why are you showing us videos of you excited about the fact that you've lost weight. Because why should you be excited about it if that's not the goal? Like, the goal, as you were stating over and over again, was because you were losing mobility and your lymph system didn't work and you and all of your joints hurt, right? And Dr. Amron, of course, tells us that it's, leaky gut syndrome and lymphedema. I'm sure he's right about one of those. Oh, Amron. You guys have to watch Colin's video about that. Anyway, another thing that's been happening is people have been noticing that she is gaining weight again. She's gaining weight in her neck and her shoulders and all of the places where she didn't have the fat cells sucked out, because I guess fat redistributes itself. Redistributes, whatever. And so she's starting to get that look that she had back before she started the Wegovy the first time. But it totally wasn't there for weight loss, guys. That's not how she lost weight. It was diet and exercise. Anyway, so she's noticeably gaining weight everywhere else except her legs, where she's basically having lipo to get the fat sucked out of her. The other thing that she's revealed is that she's going to have to delay her third surgery. Now, I thought she was going to have 6 surgeries, but everybody else is saying 4. And I think Anna is also saying she's got 2 more surgeries coming up. So what happened to the other 2? When did it go from 6 to 4? It's fine. I think it could just be another one of those instances where, like, I'm almost positive I read it somewhere, but so here we go. But either way, the time between Anna's first and second surgery was only like a month and a half, which some people were pointing out was a very short amount of time in between liposuction sessions. So maybe Dr. Amron is spacing the second and third surgeries out because they really should have been spaced out properly, because her recovery from this second surgery seems to be a lot rougher than her recovery from her first surgery. Now, it could just be the location of it, because I believe she had her inner thighs done the second time, and I imagine that probably does hurt quite a bit. Or it could be that for whatever reason, this second surgery is harder for her to bounce back from. And maybe it has to do with the fact that it was so close to the first surgery. So I think it's interesting that two things are occurring at the same time. Anna has to put more time in between her second and third surgery, and Anna's going back on the Wegovy, this time to mitigate her joint pain and her inflammation. Sure, Jan. I'm not saying it won't do those things. I'm just saying that's not the reason she's going back on it. The other new thing that we will see in the video is her complaining about specifically pain in her shoulders, and one shoulder more so than the other shoulder, right? So now her pain has moved up from her legs that she claimed she couldn't move, even though she was running a marathon in March, and then traveling nonstop and swimming and walking and going to get a bagel. Like, girl. Anyway, but now that pain has moved up from her legs and into her shoulders. And she does say, I believe, that the lipedema is causing the shoulder pain. I don't know about that. Her new thing, though, here she says she's got Hashimoto's. We have not heard her talk about Hashimoto's since this post, basically. So her new self-diagnosis is that she has EDS, which requires genetic testing. Now, Anna has said in a thread where she says she has EDS, and someone asked her about it, she says, I haven't had the genetic testing yet, but I have all the symptoms. Another thing Colin points out in the video that I have linked below. The first time we hear the word EDS in the same room as Anna is coming from Dr. Amron during his little infomercial where he also goes on about leaky gut.
In the comments of this TikTok, she mentions that she wants to get a genetic test to determine for certain that she has EDS, but that her doctors are fairly certain. And I just have to wonder which doctors we're talking about here. Because, you know, one of the ones that has mentioned EDS, as far as we know, is Dr. Amron. And, you know, I think we've established at this point that we can perhaps take what he says with a grain of salt, perhaps the whole shaker.
That's really the primary thing going on, looseness of connective tissue. You've got leaky lymphatics, fragile capillaries, hypermobility, Ehlers-Danlos, which is a connective tissue disease, leaky gut syndrome in a lot of patients.
So if he's the one that suggested to her that she has EDS,
I don't believe in leaky gut, and I don't see any research that should make me believe in leaky gut. It seems if it ever gets mentioned in any kind of medical research, it's being used as an umbrella term, and even then, it's basically confirming that leaky gut is not a thing. All right. But because she has leaky gut, she also has apparently EDS. And the reason I am not saying the name completely all the way out is because I can't pronounce it. So let's get into the video and let Anna give us her update.
Hello! It's been a little while since an update, so I thought an update was due. First and foremost, I am healing. I'm healing well. I am 3.5 weeks, about-ish, my second surgery, which means next week I get to start working out.
Now, why wasn't she allowed to work out after the first surgery? Because like I said, there was about 1.5 months in between surgeries. And she was never excited about being able to work out during the first surgery recovery. She was excited about being able to go into the water, go swimming, with her compression garments on, but she never mentioned anything about being able to go work out again, right? She complained about not being able to and not being able to be as active as she apparently wanted to be. But this is the first time that I've seen her complain about or be excited about being able to work out again. And it's after the second surgery, which is only 3 weeks out from the second surgery. So if that's true, why couldn't she have worked out 3 weeks out from the first surgery?
Now, with that in mind, and I'm sharing this solely because a lot of people do not know it, because these medications usually get talked about in the terms of weight loss, but they also have other benefits which can be honestly life-changing for people with autoimmune conditions and like lymphatic conditions. So
this is why I say when she was on it the first time, she didn't know this. Okay? She didn't know that there were other uses for GLP-1s. And this confirms it for me. And she's using the new knowledge. I'm not even positive the general public knew that it was good for inflammation at that point. But she's now using those effects of the GLP-1s to justify going back on Wegovy. Now, I'm not saying that they won't do that for her, because they probably will, but girl, unless you're going to stay on like a therapeutic dose of Wegovy, you're using it to lose weight. If your dosage starts going up, I'm calling it for weight loss, right?
I am personally going back on Wegovy. I'm not endorsing it. I think you should go to your doctor. I think you should make the right decision for you.
Listen to the way she's talking about how she's going back on Wegovy versus any time she talks about her surgeries with Dr. Amron. She says, I'm not endorsing it. Talk to your doctor. You should talk to your doctor. There's some really nasty negative side effects that you could have from GLP-1. So definitely talk to your doctor. But with Amron, he walks on water. He knows all this stuff. You should definitely talk to somebody like him if you want to get any kind of lipedema surgery or any kind of information about lipedema. You know, Amron. Wegovy, which has a track record, she's not going to recommend that. I mean, I don't think she should be recommending anything. So I'm glad that she's saying that, but just listen to the difference of language she uses. Anyway.
Lots of different GLP-1s. That's just the one that happens to work best for me. What I will say is, for me, as a patient with lipedema, those medications have changed my life. They have given me the ability to move when I'm inflamed.
But you weren't taking them originally for your lipedema. And you knew you've known that you've had lipedema for at least 4 years. Because one of the first posts that you made talking about it is about 4 years old. You weren't taking it for this reason. And I don't think you could have been taking it, because I'm pretty sure we didn't know that it was a side effect yet.
I am having an incredible amount of pain still in my shoulders, specifically this shoulder. This shoulder is a bit worse than this one, though both of them are feeling pain. Now, I do not know for sure if this is lipedema caused or Ehlers-Danlos caused.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, EDS. Originally I was like, Anna's diagnosed herself with EDS. I think Anna has convinced herself that she has EDS. I think Amron told her she might have EDS. Maybe even says, you have the symptoms of someone with EDS, but she has to get tested for it. And I think at one point she was saying that she had hypermobile EDS, which apparently is hypermobility in your joints. So if you can I can't do it, but if you can overextend your elbows or overextend your knees, that kind of stuff, that's, of course, you have to pass tests to be diagnosed with hypermobile EDS. If you can do this, it doesn't mean you have it, okay? So, but that one can't be tested for genetically, the hypermobile part of it. So she's out here talking about having EDS, even though she also has mentioned that she's not been tested for it yet. So how does she know she has EDS? And how does she know she has hypermobile EDS? Because you got to get diagnosed with EDS first, and then there's another set of tests that you have to go through to get diagnosed with hypermobility. So this is just, it's very Amber Lynn coded. But it's also not the first time that Anna's appeared to self-diagnose herself and then get called out for it. At one point, she was very briefly posting about having ADHD. I don't know if she does or doesn't, but when people started asking her, when did you get diagnosed with ADHD? Because it just kind of came out of nowhere. She just suddenly had ADHD. Things to do with my ADHD brain. I think one of them was organizing her bathroom or something like that. I forget what the other video was, but she did several of them where she was like, something, my ADHD. And people were like, oh, when did you get diagnosed with that? And then suddenly we didn't hear anything else about the ADHD, which tells me she wasn't diagnosed with it. She just self-diagnosed with it, right? So it's not the first time we've seen Anna do something like that. I think it's also interesting that we haven't heard anything about Hashimoto's in a hot minute, right? Because that was something that she was blaming everything on for a while there because of her thyroid, right? She wasn't fat because of her overeating. She was fat because of her thyroid. She had a thyroid issue. And suddenly we don't have that anymore. Because I don't remember. Oh, yeah, no, he did mention Hashimoto's. Never mind. I just played it back in my head. I was like, oh, yeah, he did mention that, didn't he? But even though she hasn't been formally diagnosed with it, it's not going to stop her from blaming EDS for things.
Or a combination of the two. But whatever it is, I don't like it, and I want to try anything I can to try to stop it so that I can successfully lift weights without, damaging my arms.
She has published a workout video very recently, and she is heavy lifting in that one. Yeah, I should go check it out. I think her weights are maybe 20 pounds, and she's doing a bent row. I mean, she's lifting a weight. So,
yes, I made that decision. Until my next surgery, I'm going to go back on it.
All right, let me put it this way. Until I see her in a squat rack or with the bar across her shoulders, I'm not going to say she's lifting weights. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
And then hopefully that will allow me to work out like it was working out before any of my lipedema surgeries. So that's
Badly. You had lipedema the whole time you were working out. What? What's changed other than you've had 2 lipedema surgeries?
the big update. That's where we're at. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day.
Bye. Okay. So that's Anna basically not only telling us that she's going to get on the Wegovy, but kind of trying to get out ahead of the criticism that she thinks she's going to get for being on the Wegovy. And she's probably going to get some criticism from the fat acceptance and the body positivity realm because God forbid someone lose weight. Right? And oh no, she's doing it with the drugs. Ah. So anyway, those folks need to start eating better. This EDS thing, I'm interested to see how that's going to end up developing. Because what's going to happen when it comes back and she doesn't have EDS? Are we just going to quietly stop talking about it like we did with the ADHD? What happened to these 2 super rare obesity genes that you apparently were diagnosed with a year ago? Why have we never heard anything about those except in that post? Like, has she mentioned those before? So weird. Super rare obesity genes. Okay, Anna. Genetics loads the gun, Anna. Lifestyle pulls the trigger. You could have 20 rare obesity genes, right? Your lifestyle is what causes the weight gain. Anyway, I do want to look at her newest workout video in this one to prove a point. You were never this excited to work out. But go on. I gotta pause it a lot because she's got music playing in the background. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all can tell me. Why is she wearing compression socks over her compression pants? Does she need to? I feel like that's overkill, but I don't know. I don't have lipedema and I don't work out in compression garments. Did she finally get new headphones? Oh yeah, for some reason she's in Arizona. I don't know why. It probably has something to do with her super secret project that she's been teasing everybody that she's doing. It looks like she's got some kind of... It looks like, from the post that she put up, it's some kind of, like, subscription box thing, but I don't know. If it is, I'm totally getting one. I thought she was terrified of... I thought she couldn't walk on treadmills because they'll break. Like, this is something that she has said. Like, she couldn't use the one in the run lab because she was afraid that it wouldn't be able to hold her weight. And she just recently put a post on Threads complaining about how treadmills are not strong enough for heavy people. And yet, here she is walking on a treadmill like nothing. I don't think that's how that works, though. Isn't that kind of the point? Warm-ups are warm-ups, but the problem is Anna's claim here is that she's able to work out again after the lipedema surgery, where back when she was trying to, when she was getting I don't even know why she was doing this interview with this woman from the clinic, but they were doing mobility exercises, or they were trying to see how mobile she was. Anyway, she had to do some weird stuff. But anyway, while she was in the gym, she was complaining about how she can't work out anymore and she can't move anymore. When did you start losing mobility? Because the way you're working out right now is pretty much the same way you were working out before you couldn't work out anymore because of your lipedema. So what's improved? Look what I can do. I mean, yes, she's lifting a weight. She's supposed to rock up on her toes like that? Okay. Please stop dancing. A, you're bad at it. B, you made fun of people on the street for doing the exact thing you're doing right now. So, I mean, this is literally one of the reasons why you irritate the crap out of me. You're a hypocrite. It's fine for me to make fun of you for doing the thing that I'm going to do, but don't you dare make fun of me. Girl, look what I can do. Wow. She is so fakely happy right there. That was very forced. Probably because she's tired. I'm interested in how many workouts we're going to get. The other interesting thing, this is a post that she made a couple weeks ago now, where she was talking about how she basically she's claiming that she's been working out 5 days a week all year long. So yeah, back in August 15th, she, around that time, she had a post on Instagram that said 100 strength training sessions in the book, 166 workouts overall. One of my goals this year is to celebrate more, and this felt very much worth celebrating. I can't believe how much I've changed these past 9 months. It wasn't always the best, but I was always consistent. If you want details of what I used for workouts, drop a heart in the comments. But you're not telling people about working. Okay, anyway. The thing with this is, when she posted that, where'd it go? When she posted that, we were only on day 229 of the year. And if you eliminate weekends, because surely she's not working out on weekends, even then, that's still 165 days of the year. So Anna was claiming to be working out roughly 5 days a week. And this was while she was recovering from her first surgery. So when did she stop working out? Because now she's starting to work out again. But according to your own statistics, Anna, you've been working out every day, every weekday of the year. That's the problem with Anna and posting this shit. Like, she always traps herself because I don't know if she forgets what she posts or what, but as soon as it's brought to her attention, she'll go back and change it, right? Because, again, Anna is very curated. So these posts, her workout posts, they were from a day ago now, and today is July. No, it's not. It's September the 6th. And so Anna has been working out. I'm assuming she's going back to her 5 days a week schedule, lifting weights, you guys. because they were strength training exercises. Strength training, because she said strength training. This is strength training. I'm sorry. Yes, they are weights, and she is lifting them. Yes, she is. Anyway, I just wonder if she's back on her 5 days a week workout schedule. If she could be working out during the first session, the first time she was recovering, like, why couldn't she work out during the second? Why did she have to wait 3 weeks after the second surgery, but didn't have to wait 3 weeks after the first surgery? You know, because like if she had started working out after the first surgery, I'm sure we would have seen it then, but now she's making this big deal about how she can work out again because she's been cleared for it, right? Implying that she did not work out before and after the first surgery. But then she makes a post where she's claiming that mathematically she had to have been working out 5 days a week. Either that or she was doing multiple workout sessions per day, right? So which is it, Anna? Are you regularly working out 5 days a week? Or were you unable to work out because of your lymphedema and you had to wait until after your second surgery to be in any kind of physical shape to go out and work? Oh yeah, and let's not forget her shoulders hurt, right? These came out after her video explaining that she's going to be on Wegovy. Here's the video of Anna telling us that she's going to go back on Wegovy. And then she posts 1, 2, 3. Well, we'll say 3. Then she posts 3 videos before she posts the workout videos, right? And here we find out she's in Arizona and she's going to go eat a hot dog. And then what is it with the big girls and not being able to not get food on themselves when they eat? Why is that so physically impossible for them? Or does she do it on purpose because she thinks it's cute? Because it's not. Anyway, so from the day that she tells us that she can't work out anymore, or that her shoulders hurt, they hurt so bad, you guys. She's having a hard time or can't lift weights. I don't know where she was going with that. Because she was like, I want to be able to lift weights without doing damage to my shoulders. Okay, well then what are you doing here? Okay? Both of these videos, I mean, it's the same workout. It's the same video. But here she's saying, this is my first workout, and I got to warm up before I go lift weights, right? Which is it, Anna? Are you in so much pain that you can't lift weights? Or are you back in the gym and you feel great after working out? Because that's what you claim at the end of this video. This is my problem. And this is what Anna doesn't seem to get. People are paying attention. You apparently are not. And between Threads, where she doesn't have anywhere near as many followers on Threads as she has on her other social media accounts, but she's hiding all of her attitude on Threads. She pops off, she makes inappropriate comments, she's being bizarrely weird. At one point she was just typing out the plots for various movies, but she was writing them as if she was the one, as if it was a life experience of hers, and it really confused a lot of people. And she thought it was funny because she's just being weird, you guys. Were we supposed to be guessing the movie? Like, was this anyway? But she pops off on Threads. She hides important information on Instagram, which is her second smallest social media account. So that's where she goes and she hides things when she wants to come out and say them. And also she likes to put out stories, which vanish after 24 hours, which is what happened with this guy on Instagram. So I'm kind of glad that when I came over here onto TikTok, which is her largest platform, I'm glad I see it here, right? Because I would have missed it. And also it would have been hidden for good. It would just be part of Anna lore. Ooh. So even now, already, Anna's already contradicting herself. She's either in pain or she's not in pain. She's going to go back on the Wegovy to deal with the pain, but totally not for weight loss. But yet posts after pictures of her being able to fit into clothes that she hasn't been able to fit into before or since 7 years ago. So she is enjoying the weight loss aspect of it, because otherwise, why would you even post those videos? Right? The things that she should be posting are these workout videos, because that's what she was claiming she was losing. Her mobility and her ability to work out. That's what she was claiming to do. So those videos, yes, those videos show us the after effects of her lipedema surgery, the way she was claiming the lipedema surgery was supposed to be used, versus weight loss comments. And also on Threads, she was talking about how losing weight publicly causes all of these men to run to her comments section to tell her how unattractive she'll be if she loses weight. Don't get me wrong, I've seen people comment weird things. She does have some admirers in her comments section, and they're very obvious when you see them. And no, I don't think it's appropriate. But I've yet to see somebody be like, oh, I won't find you attractive if you lose weight. Okay. Like, I just don't believe her. And then, you know, she follows up that comment with like, I'm not losing weight to be effable to you. Ew, gross. Stop it. You were the one who was like low-key, not even low-key. You were the one who was like hopelessly flirting with the guy who came to give you your leg pumps, who came to fit you for your leg pumps. Like, don't sit here and act like that. I just don't. Anyway. All right. I think that's all we've got for now for Anna. I mean, we can do another video where we can get fully caught up with her, but I think we are fully caught up. I do want to talk about her threads at one point. And there's also one of her shorts that I really want to talk about, but not because... Is it even up here still? Oh, I guess she took it down. Well, I guess we won't be talking about it then, will we? But anyway, there is other things that I want to talk about with Anna, but I think getting caught up with what is the lipedema journey. I mean, this is we're taking Wegovy to battle our lipedema now. So this is still the lipedema journey, and Anna's going to go and get another surgery. I think she said in January. So I guess around January we will be waiting with bated breath for Anna's next surgery. All right, if you've made it this far, go ahead and put a dumbbell, I guess, down in the comment section. Yeah, sure, why not? A dumbbell or a weightlifting thing down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think, and also go give Colin's video a watch. It's actually really good. I mean, I wouldn't tell you to go look if I didn't like it. So, and yeah, that's all I've got for you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.